Hi, I'm Bert Casey, and I'd like to welcome you to this video where you'll watch and learn how to play the acoustic guitar. This video is designed to help the beginner learn the techniques and exercises necessary to play the guitar. Some people will use the video by itself, but I strongly recommend that you get the companion book, Acoustic Guitar Primer, which contains all the material in this video, plus additional songs and techniques, and it comes with an audio CD. With the book, you'll be able to practice away from the TV, go over the songs and exercises without having to continually rewind the video. This video is divided into 3 sections. Section 1 teaches you all the basic left and right hand techniques and how to tune the guitar. Section 2 teaches you several songs using simple strum. And Section 3 teaches more advanced rhythm techniques using bass runs and hammer-ons. All of the Watch and Learn video primers have a very unique way of presenting instructional material, as you'll notice in this particular shot. We have an on-screen video counter so you can quickly locate the section you want, and there are markers throughout the companion book showing you where each piece of music is located. We use a split screen isolating each hand so you can see all the correct hand movements and techniques. All the music is on screen with a pointer showing each note as it's being played. There's also lots of graphics to highlight important points and make the course more interesting. Before we start, there are 7 objectives you must understand. Take your guitar to your local music store to make sure it's in proper playing condition and that it has new strings. If it needs some adjustment, they can probably do it on the spot. A lot of beginners tend to get guitars that they found in the attic or at a garage sale, and they can be in pretty bad shape, so make sure your guitar is in proper playing condition. At first, you'll be playing the guitar sitting down, and you want to use a straight back chair and sit with good posture. Place the guitar on your right thigh, lean it against your chest. Your right forearm should be braced against the guitar, pressing it into your chest so that the neck doesn't jump around when you start playing chords. Your right hand should be in the center of the sound hole. A lot of beginners tend to lean the guitar over so they can see the neck and then slump over the guitar. Make sure you sit very straight and keep the guitar vertical. Now we're going to tune the guitar. This is very important and should be done every time you pick up the guitar because they go out of tune very easily. And if it's out of tune, it won't sound good. We're going to start with the E string, or the first string, which is the one closest to the floor. Pick the E string with a downstroke. Trace the first string all the way to the tuning peg, which will usually be the first peg on the bottom of the neck of the guitar. Tighten or loosen the peg until you get a note that sounds exactly like this. The second string is the B string. Pick the B string and adjust the tuning pegs until you get this note. Third string is a G string. Fourth string is a D string. Fifth string is an A string. Sixth string is the E string. Another way of tuning a guitar is with an electronic tuner, and I highly recommend you get one of these. This is one of the great inventions of modern man. Instead of fooling with the guitar for an hour or so and never getting it in tune, you can use an electronic tuner and get it right on the money in 30 seconds. Just check with your local music store. This is what's called a pick. You should use a teardrop-shaped pick that looks like this and start off with a medium to light gauge thickness, because this will make your strumming much easier. To hold the pick, we're going to go through 3 steps. First, curl your right index finger. Second, place the thumb on top of the index finger so that the first joint of your index finger and the thumb are parallel, and the thumb is completely straight. Third, slide the pick between the 2 fingers with the point facing straight out. This is going to feel awkward at first, but keep practicing and you'll get the hang of it. Now we're going to talk about right hand position. When you strum the guitar, position your right hand directly over the sound hole. If you're too close to the bridge, you'll get a very harsh sound. Too close to the fretboard, you'll get a very mellow sound. Position your hand right in the center of the sound hole. Don't brace your right hand in any way. Don't brace it with your fingers or with the heel of your hand. Lightly ball your fist so your right hand is not touching anywhere. And when you strum the guitar, start with the 6th string and lightly strum down on all 6 strings to just past the 1st string. Slowly drag the pick over the strings. Don't use an exaggerated stroke all the way down to here. As you can see, your right hand is traveling twice as far as you need to, and this wasted motion will affect your timing, your accuracy, and your speed. Another common mistake beginners make is to bang down on the 6th string. Don't make any one string your point of attack, but strum down lightly and evenly on all 6 strings. Your left hand should be pointing at your face, and your elbow should hang naturally. Don't rest your elbow on your knee. There are 2 basic thumb positions, the classical thumb position and the elevated thumb position. We're going to use the elevated thumb position in this course. Start with the base of the left thumb, the first joint on the center of the guitar neck. This is what it looks like from behind. Don't do this or this. Make sure the base of your thumb is on the guitar neck. Place the tip of your index finger on the 6th string directly behind the 1st fret. Don't get too far from the fret or on top of the fret. Make sure you arch your finger and use the fingertip, not the pad of your finger. This is the correct position. Again, here's the correct position. Don't do this or this or this. Here's the correct position. Now let's review these 7 objectives. First, make sure your guitar is in proper playing condition by taking it to your local music store. Second, hold the guitar on your right thigh, braced against your body with your forearm, and the guitar sitting upright. Third, tune the guitar. Fourth, hold the pick properly. Fifth, position the right hand between the bridge and the fretboard without bracing it. Sixth, use the elevated thumb placement. And 7, note the strings correctly with the left hand. We're going to start playing some chords, and I want you to keep in mind that it usually takes 6 to 8 weeks for your left hand to get comfortable with these chords. So don't get discouraged if you can't play them right away. We're going to start with the G chord. Position your thumb between the 1st and 2nd fret. Place your ring finger on the 6th string directly behind the 3rd fret. Put your middle finger on the 5th string directly behind the 2nd fret. Place your little finger on the 1st string directly behind the 3rd fret. Make sure your fingers are arched and you're using your fingertips. Now strum down lightly on the G chord, hitting all 6 strings. If you're getting a buzz and an unclear note, it's going to be for one of the following reasons. The first is you're obviously not pressing hard enough. Make sure that you press down firmly. The second would be if your fingers are too far from the frets or beyond the frets. Make sure that you're directly behind the frets. The third thing would be if your fingers are touching an adjacent string, and this will show up on the 5th string of the guitar. Make sure you arch your fingers and use your fingertips. And last, your fingernails may be too long. So keep them trimmed short so that your fingers can press down firmly on the strings. Now, this is going to seem very awkward at first, but as your hands and fingers stretch, they'll become more natural, so don't get discouraged. The next chord we'll make is a C chord. Starting with the G chord, move your ring finger and middle finger as a unit down to the 5th and 4th strings respectively. Make this a one-step movement. Now place your index finger on the 2nd string at the 1st fret and strum down lightly on all 6 of the strings. Make sure you're getting a good, clear note from each one of the strings. Now we'll practice changing between the 2 chords we've learned, G and C. Form a G chord and strum down one time. Next, form a C chord, strum once. Again, a G chord, another C chord, G, C. At this point, pause the video and practice changing between the G and C chords as we just did. The third chord we'll play is a D chord. Place your index finger on the third string, second fret. The middle finger goes on the first string at the second fret, and your ring finger goes on the second string at the third fret. Make sure you arch your fingers and you get close to the frets. Strum down on the D chord starting with the fifth string. Don't hit the sixth string because it's not in tune with the D chord. Start from the fifth string and strum down. Now practice changing between the G and the D chords. Form the G chord, strum down once. Form the D chord, strum once. G, D, G, D. Now practice changing between all three chords. First the G, then C, then D. G, C, D. G, C, D. Pause the video and practice these chord changes. G to C, G to D, and G to C to D. I want to mention a couple of things before we move on. First, make sure you don't develop any bad habits. It's real easy to develop sloppy technique, so what you have to do is stop every 30 seconds or so and check the 7 objectives we started with. Look at your right hand. Make sure you're holding the pick correctly. Make sure you're not bracing your right hand in any way, and the pick should be in the center of the sound hole. Look at your left hand. Make sure your thumb position is correct. Make sure your finger positions are correct. If you don't pay real close attention to these details, you're going to develop some bad habits you'll just have to unlearn later on. Now we're going to take the chords we've learned and play a very simple arrangement to an easy song. And we're going to use familiar songs here, so if you make a mistake, you'll notice it. Tom Dooley is a 2-chord song using the G and D chords. We're going to count in groups of 4, strumming down each time we count. I'm going to count all the way through Tom Dooley, and I'm going to give you a 4-beat count-off. Every time you hear a number, strum down on the chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we'll do it again, and I'm going to sing it through this time. And once again, I'll give you a 4-beat count-off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Oh boy, you're bound to die. At this point, rewind the video to the beginning of Tom Dooley and play along with the tape several times. If your hands get tired, just take a break and come back to it later. We're dividing the video into lesson segments to give you an idea of where you should stop to practice. The lesson will be from one title page to the next. At the end of each lesson, stop the VCR and practice the techniques in that lesson until you're comfortable playing them. Now we're going to use the C and G chords, play another song. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Give you a 4-beat count off, then we'll play through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's do it again, and I'll count off again, and I'll sing it this time. 1, 2, 3. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Once again, stop the video, rewind it to the beginning of this lesson, and practice until you can play it smoothly. Now we're going to use all 3 chords to play another song, Going Down That Road Feeling Bad.
We're going to count quite a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. We'll play it again, and I'll sing through it this time, once again with a 4-beat count-off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going down that road, feeling bad. Going down that road, feeling bad. Going down that road, feeling bad, Lord, Lord. And I ain't gonna be treated this way.
At this point, we're going to start working on the G scale. This will help the coordination between the left and right hands, and most students will be able to learn scales faster than they will chords.
Okay, looking at the music in exercise 9, we're going to play a G scale. And we're going to explain tablature as we go along. As you notice, there's 6 lines here, and the bottom line is the same as the 6th string, the 6th string of the guitar. The 0 means pick it open. The 2 means at the 2nd fret. The 3 means at the 3rd fret. So the first note, you pick the 6th string open without fretting it. Now place your 2nd finger behind the 2nd fret for the F sharp, ring finger behind the 3rd fret for the G note. O, 2, 3. On the 5th string, do the same thing. O, 2, 3. 4th string, O, 2, 4. Use your little finger. 3rd string, 2 notes. O, 2. 2nd string, O, 1, 3. 1st string, O, 2, 3. Now play it all the way through, slowly and evenly. In exercise 10, we're going to play the reverse of this exercise, starting at the highest note and coming back down. 1st string, 3, 2, O, 3, 1, O, 2, O, 4, 2, O, 3, 2, You should be spending about 5 minutes a day practicing this exercise, and make sure you play it very smoothly. A lot of beginners tend to chop the notes off. Make the notes flow one into the other, and this is coordination between the two hands. As soon as you release this note, fret the next note and pick it simultaneously.
I'm going to mention some tips for organizing your practice sessions because the most important part of learning to play the guitar is to develop good practice habits. You're going to have patience because playing the guitar requires you to train your hands to do things they've never done before. Nowhere else in life do you have to do this or this, so be patient. To give yourself a fair chance at playing the guitar, commit yourself to practicing every day for at least 2 months. Practice 30 minutes a day. Try to set up a routine so you practice at the same time every day and get in the habit of practicing. Think of this as similar to an exercise program where you go to work out at the same time every day. Most important of all, relax. The reason you're doing this is to have fun, so if you get frustrated, take a break, come back to it later. You should now be comfortable changing between the G, C, and D chords and strumming along with them. Now we're going to add a bass note to the strum.
Exercise 11, I want you to form a G chord, play the 6th string, the downstroke, strum from the 5th string down. The timing on this, we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit a bass note on 1 and 3, strum on 2 and 4. Bass, strum, bass, strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass, strum, bass, strum. You do the same thing on C, hit the 5th string. Bass, strum, bass, strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. On D, we'll hit the 4th string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass, strum, bass, strum. Exercise 15 will combine the 3 chords. 1 measure of G, 1 of C, and 1 of D. I'll give you a count off on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, C, D. Repeat it. G, C, D. And one thing you're going to have to work on, it's a tricky technique to get the hang of, but you want to equalize the volume between the bass note and the strum. Typically, you're going to hear this. What you have to do is hit the bass note very hard, soft strum, hard, soft, hard, soft, hard, soft, hard, soft. That takes a little bit of getting used to, so keep practicing that.
We're going to use the bass drum with Tom Dooley. We'll play it through once, and I'll give you a 4-beat count-off.
1, 2, 3, 4. G, 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 D, 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 G. All right, we'll do it again, and I'll sing through it this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang down your head, Tom, Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom, Dooley. Oh boy, you're bound to die.
Once again, stop the video, rewind it to the beginning of Tom Dooley, and practice it over and over until you can play it comfortably. Now we're going to use the bass drum to play Going Down That Road Feeling Bad.
1, 2, 3, 4. G, C, C, G, D, G. Okay, now I'll sing through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going down that road feeling bad. Going down that road feeling bad. Going down that road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. And I ain't gonna be treated this way.
To put a little more variety in the strum, we're going to alternate the bass notes.
Exercise 18 on a G chord, hit the 6th string, strum, 4th string, strum, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4. On a C chord, hit the 5th and 4th. 5, 4. On a D chord, hit the 4th and the 5th. Exercise 21, we're going to combine these 3 chords into one exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, and once again, practice that exercise over and over until you get comfortable with it. One point I want to mention here is some people have a tough time getting a good sounding bass note on the 5th string of the G chord. Make sure you arch your fingers there, but if you still can't do it, some people's fingers are too big to produce that note. There are 2 things you can do. One is off-center your ring finger to the outside of the string. Instead of being right on top of the string, go to the outside of the string. Gives you a bigger margin of error. If this still doesn't work, you can pick up your ring finger.
Now let's play an alternating bass rhythm till he's got the whole world in his hands.
1, 2, 3, 4. G, now we'll do it again and I'll sing it. 1, 2, 3. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Next is the alternating bass rhythm to Worried Man Blues.
1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, D, G. Now I'll sing through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song.
Up to this point, we've been using all downstrokes with the right hand. Now we're going to start working on down-up picking.
Put your index finger on the 6th string at the 5th fret, pick it with a downstroke. Put your middle finger on the 6th fret, pick it with an upstroke. Ring finger on the 7th, down. Little finger on the 8th, up. So do all that together. Same thing on the 5th string. 4th string. 3rd string. 2nd. 1st. Okay, make sure you go down, up on each string. And try to play those very smoothly like we did on the scale exercise. Exercise 26, we're going to start the 1st string on the 8th fret and come back down. 8, 7, 6, 5. 2nd string, down, up, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th.
You should be practicing these two exercises along with the G scale every day for at least 5 minutes. This will greatly increase the flexibility in your left hand. Now let's stop and take inventory of where we are. You should be able to play the G, C, and D chords and change between them easily. You should also be able to play an alternating bass rhythm to several songs. And you should be able to play the G scale and use the down-up picking. If you're comfortable doing all of this, you should be able to play basic rhythm to hundreds of songs.
Exercise 27, we're going to add a G7 chord to what we've been doing. The difference in a G and a G7 is the 1st string. You pick up your little finger, put your 1st finger at the 1st fret. And G7 is used to go between G and C, so practice G, G7, C. G, G7, C. Exercise 28, we're going to give you a little more variety in when you have a series of G chords all in a row. We're going to hit the 6th string, 4th string, 6th string, 5th string. 6, 4, 6, 5.
Now we're going to play Roll in My Sweet Baby's Arms.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to sing to it, and I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ain't gonna work on the railroad. Ain't gonna work on the farm. Gonna live around the shack till the mail train comes back. Rolling my sweet baby's arms.
Once again, I want to remind you at the end of each lesson, stop the VCR, rewind to the beginning of the lesson, and practice it over and over until you can play it smoothly. The next thing we'll do is add an upstroke to the strum we've been using, the down-up strum. Right now we've been hitting the bass string, strumming down over
over all 6 strings. And the upstroke is a short stroke. We only hit the first 3 strings. All right, now we'll play exercise 29, alternating between the G, C, and D chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're also going to add a D7 chord. And again, this is used to go from D to D7 to G. So practice that chord change. D, D7, G. D, D7, G.
The next song is Banks of the Ohio.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to sing it, and I'll also speed it up just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I asked my love to take a walk, just to walk a little way. As we walked along, we talked all about our wedding day. In Dark Hollow, we're going to add a C7 chord, add the little finger on the 3rd string, and an F chord. Practice going C, C7, F, C, C7, F.
We're going to use these chords to play an old standard, Dark Hollow.
1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, C, C, F, C. C7, F, C, G, C. Now to speed it up and to sing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'd rather be in some dark hollow where the sun don't ever shine than to be here alone, just knowing that you're gone would cause me to lose my mind. Exercise 32, we're going to work on the waltz rhythm, which is in 3. We're going to start counting in 3s instead of 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and bass, down, up, 1, 2, and 3, and bass, down, up. All right, now to sing it, we're going to speed it up just a hair. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. In the pines, We're going to add a couple more chords, the E minor chord, the A7. On the E minor, practice going G, E minor, D. G, E minor, D. On the A7, practice going G, A7, D. G, A7, D.
Another song using the waltz tempo is Amazing Grace.
1, 2, 3. Now speed it up just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. In exercise 34, we're going to start using the G scale that we've been practicing to link the chords together with bass runs. Start off with a G, 5th string, open, 2nd, 3rd. 5th string, 2, O, 6th string, 6. Practice that exercise several times. We're also going to add a B7 chord. And practice changing G, B7, C. G, B7, C.
We're going to change from the waltz tempo back to regular time for Make Me a Palette on Your Floor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Of course, I would start it again. Now we're going to speed it up just a little bit and sing Make Me a Palette on Your Floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Make me a palette on your floor. Make me a palette on your floor. Make it soft, make it low, so my good gal will never know. Make me a palette on your floor. And you just keep repeating from there. Next, we'll do a bass run going from G to D. 5th string, 2, 3, 4th string. 6th string, O, 2, 3. Again.
The next song will be Way Downtown.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Once again, we're going to speed it up and sing Way Downtown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Late last night when Willie came home, heard him rapping on the door, slipping and sliding with his new shoes on. Willie, don't you rap no more. Next, we'll do a bass run to connect the G and E minor chords. 6 string, 3, 2, O. 6 string, O, 2, 3. Now we're going to do another variation on the G chord where you have several measures in a row. At the 6th string, 4th string at the 2nd fret, 4th string open, 5th string at the 2nd fret. Okay, Sitting on Top of the World. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll speed it up just a little bit and sing Sitting on Top of the World. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It was in the spring, one sunny day. My good gal left me, now she's gone away. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world.
We're going to do a new technique called a hammer-on.
This is a 2-step movement where you pick the 4th string open. Second, you slam your 2nd finger on the 4th string at the 2nd fret. You have to be very forceful in order to get the 2nd note out. All right, now we'll add this to the strum. We'll also do it on a C, hammering on the 4th string. Now we're going to add the hammer-on strum to the Wabash Cannonball. 1, 2, 3, 4. little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. From the green Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore. From the green and rolling mountains to the south along the shore. She's mighty tall and handsome. She's known quite well by all. A regular combination on the Wabash Cannonball. Here's another variation on the G chord using the hammer-ons. Do it again. And a different walk from G to D. Now we do Crying Holy Unto the Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Crying holy unto the Lord. Crying holy unto the Lord. If I could, I surely would stand on that rock where Moses stood.
Well, that's all the time we have for this video. Make sure you go back and review all the material and can play it comfortably. Remember the companion book, Acoustic Guitar Primer, is also available, and it contains all the material in the video plus several more songs and techniques, and it comes with an audio CD. Just check with your local music store. Now you ask, where should I go from here? Well, we have several other products you might be interested in. If you want to continue in the bluegrass vein, we have flat-picking guitar songs to learn lead bluegrass guitar. If you want to learn more popular songs, we have the electric guitar video and book, which teaches rock and roll rhythm. And this works fine for the acoustic guitar also. It's just a different style of music. For intermediate players, we also have 2 excellent courses by Peter Vogel. The rock guitar video and book, which teaches more advanced rock and roll rhythm and gets you started playing lead guitar. The blues guitar video and book will teach you how to play the blues. And it's always a good idea to take private lessons from a qualified teacher. Check with your local music store. I hope you've enjoyed this course and just keep on practicing.